nothing much here to understand. Is it visible, ALV report?
Yes, sir.
Just one second. Okay. So here you can see ALV stands for above list views, and ALV gives us a standard list format and user interface to all our above reports. Basically, the main advantage of ALV is this will having some built-in functionalities. You can see ALV provides a lot of inbuilt functions to our reports, and some of the functions are mentioned here. Okay, so sorting of the records as either ascending or descending, we can do filtering of the records. We can filter the data, and totals and subtotals we can display on the output screen itself. And downloading the report output to Excel format, TIFF format, XML format, CSV format, we can download. Okay, so changing the order of the columns in the report, that is also possible. But in classical report, it is not possible. Hide the unwanted columns from the report also is possible. Okay, in classical report, how we are displaying? We are displaying using loop and loop. Here we are not using loop and loop. We need to use these function models. Reuse LV list display, reuse LV grid display, reuse LV comment provide. These are all the standard function models which are regularly using for ALV report. There are around 40 to 50 function models are there, which are already used in standard transactions, standard reports, standard transaction. But from customized point of view, AD and AM's point of view, we are using these function models regularly for developments. What are the requirements we'll get from the clients? These function models are enough to develop those requirements. Okay. So first we'll see list display and grid display. After that, we'll do some exercise and then we'll move on to the next scenarios in the ALV. Okay. Like EKKO data we can display. EKKO is the table for purchase orders. Execute program, click on save. Save in the package and transport. We have not standard page heading. We have a block, declaration block, right? Normally. Selection screen block. Reading of the data. Then display data. These are 4 blocks, right? We have in the report level. Okay. So declaration for EKKO table, I'm just declaring internal table using data keyword data. IT underscore EKKO. That is the syntax. Internal table underscore EKKO. Okay. Type table of EKKO. Okay. And selection screen, we have to write selection screen. Block A with frame title text. This frame is not mandatory for every time, but since if we are doing more than 2 parameters, it's better to create this frame. If it is 1 parameter, you don't need to mention. You don't need to write these blocks and all. Okay. I'm just writing selections, select options. Select options, s underscore EBLM for work area IKKO iPhone EBLM. For this purpose, we need work area. Work area IKKO type IKKO. Click on save. After the printer, click on save. It should be end of the block. Error is gone. Test activate. Finish and it. External selection text. Dictionary reference. Just activate this and create this heading of the frame. Purchase report. Activate and just go back and check whether it is required. Till now we are aware of how to implement, and we need to write here select query. For that we are using startup selection. Select start from KKO into table IT underscore KKO where EBLM in S underscore EBLM. Okay, so this also we are aware how to write this select query. As of now, any doubt, anything new from your point of view? Are you able to hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, anything new as of now in this course?
No,
No.
sir.
Yeah, internal table, work area, selection screen, select query. Okay. This we are writing more than 15 programs till now. Okay, same syntax. Now for display the code now contains or storing in this internal table in select query because we are reading from table. Star means for all the columns and we are storing in this internal table. Now data is in internal table. So in classical report or normal report format, we are using loop and loop. Right? Loop internal table to work area and we are using write. We are displaying each and every field and end loop. Now in this EKKO table, I just double click on this table. It will go to S11. How many fields we have here? 152 fields. Is how much time it will take to write keyboard for each and every field? It's difficult to write each and every field. And normally clients are asking only the limited fields, 10 to 15 fields. That time we can use write, but if you want to display the whole table, it is difficult. That is one. And from ALV point of view, we already saw there are a number of options available: sorting, filtering, total, subtotals. Okay, so how can we achieve this ALV? Using these function models. Copy this function model. What is the syntax for function model?
Reuse ALV list display.
No, this is function
This
model name. I'm asking keyword
call
to call
function.
the function model.
Call.
Call function. Okay. We need to
Call
go.
function.
We need to go to this pattern. We can use call function or we can call this. We can use this first. Okay. These also call function. We don't know, right? What are the import export parameters for this function model? If you use here, generate the code. You can see here, generate the code. This is a standard function model. So which one is enabled in this function model? Which parameters are enabled by default?
Table and if.
Yes, table block is enabled, T underscore out tab, remaining or commented. So this will be default, it will enable. T underscore out tab means we have to write our internal table, IT underscore EKQ. We are passing all entries to this function model. And if you want exceptions, we can enable to handle the runtime errors. And when it comes to exporting, we have to write callback program, we need to enable. And structure name will be enable. This two is enough. Callback program is this program name only. We have to write in single quotation. Structure name is table name. AKQ. So this is enough. Simply pretty printer, check and activate. And then just execute. I'm not giving any purchase orders here. It will consider all the purchase orders. Are you able to see the output?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can see all the columns from the database. Okay, we didn't write keyword here. You can see all the columns are displayed. Lines, horizontal lines, vertical lines. So write this kind of output in classical report, it is very difficult. The output will not go right side. We can't able to scroll. There we have restrictions in the output. What is the inbuilt functionalities here? Ascending order. This you can see ascending order, descending order, filter. You can see totals. Download to Excel spreadsheet. Okay, I can see we can download as a Word document. Export into different format, TIFF format, rich text, RTF format, text with tabs means notepad format, HTML format, clipboard format. We can send to mail this output. Okay, as it is, we can send to someone's mail ID. Okay, this is not required here. Okay, change layout. You can see what is the first one, purchase document, which is a key field, and company code is 2, purchase document category is 3. Okay, we have the status, right? Created on is 8. I want this to be displayed as a second position, and company code should be on the third position. We can change the positions here. See, I'll just put 2 here. This I'll take it as a company code. You click on the copy the settings. This created by will come in second position. Company code will go to the 8th position. It is just processing. Okay. Are you able to see here created by second column?
Yes.
Actually, it was company code. Now company code shifted to here and created by shifted to here. We can create the multiple layouts here. Okay. We can change the positions. Okay. If you want to go right side, we'll scroll right, or we can also use this scroll bar. If you want to go last, you can click this starting. So these are all coming with GUI status. GUI status is associated with a function model which we are using. Okay. Inside function model, GUI status is there. We created yesterday, right? For at user command, we created GUI status. Similarly, standard GUI status are assigned to this function model, so those will call automatically here. Okay. Now I want only limited values to be displayed. I can go back and write here purchase orders. First we'll check table level. We can filter on the limited values also we can use. How many entries we have? 14,667 67 entries are there. This is also ALV output only. It is coming here. You can see this is also ALV only. I'll just use this. I want only this many values. You can see only 4 to 20 only it is displaying. This is just filtering of the values. Okay. I click on the email.
How?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. How to identify is this a ALV report? Is there any?
Yeah, if these buttons are there, automatically we can identify as a ALV report. I will tell you once we completed ALV, I'll let you know how can we identify.
Okay.
So okay, so if we get horizontal and vertical lines exactly like this is always ALV report only. Classical report we can't get exactly horizontal vertical lines. Finishing will not be properly in classical report, and alignment also will not be properly. Okay. However, I'll let you know in the last how to in debug mode. Simply we can check whether it is classical report or ALU report. So this is list display. Okay. So list display we are using. We are not using mostly as a developers, but SAP use list display in many of the places. The list display will come like this. Okay. So we are regularly using grid display. Okay. So I'm not changing anything in this report. Okay. I'll go back. First, I wanted to rename this. Otherwise, you'll be getting confused. This display. I'm just renaming the name. I'm not copying. I'm changing the name of the program. Rename. Okay. Rename is done. We need to activate. If I execute, you can see the output. Okay. We need to change this name here actually. It's not. Now it is working because it's not a mandatory field, right? Yeah, when we call the function models, this will work. But few cases when we are dealing with multiple complex application, if you're using real LV list display twice in a report as an interactive report, LV also we can create interactive. That time we need to call this reuse LV list twice. That time it will be difficult. So we have to write proper name. Now we have list display. Now I'll copy to grid display. Nothing will change. Only function module name will change. Parameters, everything is same. Function model. Both are same function models. Only name will change. Okay, I'm just copying to new report called grid display. Rename. Copy. Save in the package and transfer. Now this is a new report. Okay, here only function model will change. Okay. If you call again grid display, based on this document, you can see nothing will change, only the name will change. Even grid display also parameters, everything is same. We have to write same kind of code. So I'm just simply changing here instead of calling again. This our report also change, no? It should be caps letters always. If you are assigning something in single quote in functional models, you have to write in caps letter. So this is a report name, this is a report. Okay. Nothing is changed. Only function model we are using grid display will see that how output is coming. Only for this. What is the difference between that and this list and grid display? So list
Small
display,
boxes.
yeah. So list display, it is like a plain text, columns and rows. It is showing vertical lines, horizontal lines. But grid display showing like a Excel content. That is the main advantage. And here we can see F4 option. Okay, company code. If I press here, you can see F4 option is coming. We can see all the company codes. Okay, we have F4 option on the output payment terms. This is not a master data. Vendor master data, you can see. the vendor's information. We can filter. This is the collective search help. You can see. We can filter the vendors. So initially in the list display we use layout and we change the numbers and all. Here we don't need to change the numbers. Okay. This is the company code. After company code, you want to display grid display. Select, drag this. See created by. I want vendor. Drag this. Created on. You want next. Drag it. Payment terms. Whatever you want, we can directly drag it. Document date. See, all are we can align direct. We can also put it here in the order. So this is the order we can change. Status wanted in the top. Okay. You can change the positions. The above vendor. You want vendor to be displayed in the second. You can write. If you don't want vendor in the output, you can move it hide column. There's only hide columns. Okay. I just reset the setting. We can also hide the values from here using that option, change layout option. Email and all we have. Okay, spreadsheet, I'll show Excel spreadsheet. Contact us this one, the following template is missing. Okay. Okay, some issue with the system. So it's not coming. We'll check this text with apps. It is asking 5. And where it is generated. Okay, we need to see the file. We can write here some folder and we can see here file is generated. Okay. That particular position file is available. Okay, if you open that notepad, it is similar to our notepad we downloaded in classical report. So now what I'm expecting from you, I'll give some tables in the Skype chat. Apply this to ALV list display for those tables. Don't write anything. You can use here, open the table in S11. What are the primary keys available? You can paste it here. All you can create the selection scheme for primary key directly. You don't need to write any other field. Pass that field here in the condition. Okay. And directly write the report, this kind of report. Okay.